Welcome to my review of the all-electric GV70 by Genesis. This is an all-electric crossover, fresh off its win at our Texas Truck Rodeo for Luxury SUV of the Year. If you don't know about the Truck Rodeo, you can go back in the history of this channel and see annually as we review vehicles from that event. But it's a gathering of lots of automotive journalists here in Texas who rate and award awards to vehicles every year, and this one did win Luxury SUV of the Year last year. And it's easy to see why, because this crossover brings EV efficiency, the Genesis styling, comfort, and technology, all with a powerful dual motor setup. But the question here is, how is it to live with every day? Let's dive into the performance, the efficiency, the range charging, and obviously the luxury of the GV70. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to start off here talking about the trims offered with the GV70. Now, you can get a GV70 in a gas engine, and that has a few different trims available. This EV only has two trims available. You have the advanced all-wheel drive and the prestige all-wheel drive at the top of the line. That's what we're driving here, is the prestige all-wheel drive GV70 all-electric. The exterior design here of the electric GV70 masterfully blends luxury and innovation while staying true to the brand's distinctive styling cues. At first glance, the GV70 may look like a traditional luxury SUV, but subtle touches set it apart as an electric model. One of the most notable features is the reimagined crest grille. With the absence of a combustion engine, Genesis designers transformed the grille into a more aerodynamic feature while maintaining the signature G-matrix pattern. This sleek design not only improves airflow, but cleverly hides the EV charging port behind the front grille, maintaining the SUV's clean, minimalist appearance. And I can tell you, I did have to look up where the charging port was on this vehicle, because obviously it's not on the front fenders or rear. It is in the grille, and it is pretty well hidden. And this integration allows the GV70 to retain a familiar Genesis face without compromising the convenience of EV functionality. The overall proportions of the GV70 electric emphasize a strong athletic stance. Sitting on 20-inch alloy wheels with a really nice design, the vehicle manages to balance elegance with a bold, confident road presence. The wheels themselves feature a geometric design that further complements the vehicle's modern look, enhancing aerodynamic efficiency. Additionally, the slightly sculpted sides and crisp lines running from the front fenders to the rear give the GV70 an assertive yet refined silhouette. The absence of tailpipes and a more streamlined rear bumper further highlight the SUV's electric nature, making for a cleaner and more futuristic aesthetic. Completing the look, the Genesis offers a range of premium colors. Our vehicle here is Capari Blue. I think it looks really good on this thing, and every color offered really enhance the GV70's sophisticated appeal and design cues. The slim two-line LED headlamps and taillights, a signature design element across the Genesis lineup, add a modern and upscale touch, ensuring that the GV70 stands out whether on city streets or open highways. With its thoughtful design elements, the 2024 GV70 Electric presents a perfect blend of luxury, performance, and innovative EV engineering wrapped in a stylish, forward-looking package. So the GV70 does offer practical cargo space without sacrificing its luxurious design. This crossover provides 17.8 cubic feet of trunk space, which is ample for everyday use from grocery runs to carrying luggage. Additionally, the GV70 includes a small frunk, and when I say small, it is really small. It's only 0.78 cubic feet, There's not much you're fitting in there, but it's nice that it's added. The split folding rear seats further enhance the utility of the GV70, allowing for flexible configurations when transporting larger or bulkier items. While the cargo space may not be the largest in its class, the GV70 Electrified strikes a balance between style, luxury, and everyday practicality, making it suitable for drivers who want an EV without compromising functionality. What powers the GV70? It is an advanced dual motor all-wheel drive powertrain, delivering a potent combination of performance and efficiency with 429 horsepower on tap and an available boost mode that temporarily raises output to 483 horsepower, which we'll check out here in a minute. The GV70 offers exhilarating acceleration and instant torque, characteristic of electric vehicles. This powertrain is backed by a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, providing an estimated range of around 200 miles, up to 225 on a full charge if you're driving it in eco mode. Charging is made convenient with support for ultra-fast 350 kilowatt DC chargers, allowing the battery to recharge from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes under optimal conditions. Additionally, the GV70's power delivery is seamlessly managed by its all-wheel drive system, which smartly distributes power between the front and rear wheels for optimized traction and control. The electric powertrain not only provides an engaging and responsive driving experience, but also upholds Genesis' reputation for luxury and refinement. And I can say that while driving this for the week, I did plug it into a 120 volt charger at the house a few times to get the power back going. I did use a small free trickle charge in a parking lot to boost the battery a little bit right before the review. All in all, those are very slow ways to charge this, but I do not have a faster charger locally that's easy to get to. So you make do with what you have. And if you're owning an EV, you should really have a charger locally to you, easily accessible either at your house or somewhere close. We do have a large array of Tesla chargers very close to my house, but obviously those don't work for the Genesis as of now. All right, guys, inside the GV70 is really nice. A nice luxurious vehicle as you would expect from Genesis. We do have Napa leather seats with quilted, perforated leather. It's white with white stitching. You do have a bit of gold piping in here. All really nice surfaces. Very premium looking. Let's go ahead and touch on the rear seats. The seats are also really nice. They are heated seats back there. You do have some controls back here, but it is a tight fit. I'm 6'1", a bit of a bigger guy. I barely fit back there as long as I'm on the passenger side and the seat's pushed up a bit. Luckily, you can control the passenger seat from the back seat using the buttons on the side if you need to push it up to give yourself a little bit of extra room. But moving into the driver's seat, plenty of room in this vehicle for me. Very comfortable seats, very comfortable driving position. But let me turn you around and show you a lot of the tech and conveniences that we do have here in the interior. All right, let's start by kicking it on. Obviously, it is a push button start. So we'll push the push button and everything comes to life. And it will tell you ready to drive because you don't hear that engine roar up. The first thing you'll notice is the really large, really wide screen. This is a 14.5 inch wide screen. It does have a dual screen function. You can control it from the knob down here, or it is a touch screen. But depending on exactly what you're looking at, you do have dual functionality. So if we jump into like the setup menu, you can see that you still have navigation or different features on the side here. And like all the Genesis vehicles, I do like the home screen that shows you kind of the weather conditions. You've got a small map over there. Just a really nice aesthetic on this really wide screen. Moving down from that, you do have all your AC and heat controls here. These aren't physical buttons. It's another screen, but everything's easy to touch and easy to reason about. You do have a few physical buttons here. They're a bit harder to read, but it's your map, navigation, favorites, your hazard lights, radio, media, and setup. And you can see our heated and cooled seats for the driver and passenger there, and heated steering wheel. Continuing to move down, we do have a button array for something like your cameras, your drive modes, and your parking sensors. We have volume control and tune, a couple of buttons for your screen, home, back, and menu, and obviously that rotary dial. We have an auto hold button and then another rotary dial for your gear selection. And there have been times I twisted this one trying to change my gears. Luckily, I didn't try to change this one while trying to mess with the infotainment system, but also if you're driving, the vehicle won't let you just twist it and put it into reverse. So that's good. Down here we do have a cubby that has a wireless charging feature. So you can throw your phone down in here and it will wirelessly start charging. You do have two USB type A charging ports. One interfaces with the infotainment system, the other just charges. They are USB type A. There's no USB type C in this car, which kind of confused and upset me because I don't have any of these chargers anymore. I threw them all out or gave them to the kids or other people. So take that for what you will, but pretty much all vehicles, luxury or non-luxury, are rocking USB type C these days. So it's a bit disappointing seeing this vehicle with USB type A. Moving further back once again, we have two cup holders, our armrest here. Nice and squishy, good armrest. We do have a decent sized cubby with a 12-volt accessory charger. Let's go ahead and put it into reverse here. And you can see that we do have a full 360 camera with backup camera. You do have some functions you can click around and really see around this thing if needed. And again, push the button for park. And we can hit a button here to bring up the cameras as well. So you do have a lot of options for bringing up that camera, which I think is always great. Moving along to the steering wheel, it is power adjustable. We do have an array of buttons here, including a boost button, which you can tell this is a press vehicle because there are fingerprint smudges on this boost button that can't come off. I imagine if you own this thing, you're not hitting this enough to get fingerprint smudges on it, but as this thing's probably been through some events or different things, this thing has been used quite a bit. We also have paddles behind the steering wheel. These aren't paddle shifters because this only has a single speed transmission, but they do change your regenerative braking, which can be seen in the instrument cluster here. So you can increase it to max I pedal or decrease it depending on the level of regenerative braking that you like while you're driving. And since we're looking at the driver information screen, you can see that it is fully digital. It is a 12.3 inch screen. It can be customizable a bit and does change as you change drive modes. We also do have a head-up display, which projects key driving information onto the windshield for convenient visibility. Works really good. Very sharp, nice and bright while driving, even in the daytime. And then to the left-hand side of the steering wheel, we do have things like a hill descent control. You can turn the traction control off, adjust lighting, parking brake, and a trunk pop here. But that's a good rundown of the interior. Let's go ahead and get this thing out on the road and start talking about the drive. The driving dynamics of the GV70 Electric offers an exciting balance of performance and refinement, typical of Genesis, but with an added thrill of electric propulsion. The instant torque from the dual motors makes accelerating from a stop smooth and immediate, delivering 429 horsepower that can be raised to 483 in boost mode, as quickly seen here. This extra burst of power is perfect for highway mergers or when you simply want to feel the thrill of electric acceleration. The all-wheel drive system ensures that power is distributed efficiently, giving the GV70 a planted and confident feel on various surfaces. Whether navigating city streets or taking twisty roads, the GV70 maintains a composed and stable demeanor with responsive steering and handling that encourages a bit of spirited driving. One area that naturally comes up with any electric vehicle is range and how it integrates into daily driving. The GV70 Electrified has an estimated range of around 200 to 225 miles, which is solid, but definitely not industry leading. Given my daily commute of 35 miles one way, sitting through an hour of traffic, the GV70 has more than enough range to get through several days of commuting without needing to recharge. However, range anxiety can still creep in, especially on longer trips or if you're stuck in more severe traffic. The constant mental calculation of where and when to charge is a common experience with EVs, and the GV70, despite its luxurious and smooth ride, doesn't completely erase that concern. That said, its charging capabilities provide a measure of relief, with the ability to charge from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes using a 350 kilowatt DC fast charger if available to you. The GV70 Electrified is well suited for those moments when you need a quick top up. However, for most daily commutes, especially with a charging station at your house or work, the GV70 will handle the task without much worry. In stop and go traffic, the regenerative braking also helps reclaim energy, which can extend the range in those slower urban conditions, and the regenerative braking can be dialed into your liking. Using the paddle shifters on the steering wheel, you can make it more obtrusive or less, though the transition between regenerative and physical brakes may take a bit of getting used to. It's an overall benefit for efficiency, especially when sitting in traffic. And before we jump into the price and competition, let's quickly have a little bit of fun doing an acceleration test. All right, we are in sport mode. We are going to turn on the boost mode, which says it's ready. Dead stop, closed off backcountry road. Let's quickly do a 0 to 60. Ready, set, go. 60. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys, after that, let's quickly talk about the price competition out there. Starting with the advanced all-wheel drive, the base model of the Genesis GV70 Electric starts out at $65,850. So it's almost $66,000 for the base price. This one with the Prestige package and the upgraded Capari blue paint has a total MSRP of $75,020. Looking at its competition, you could look at things like the Tesla Model Y. That has a starting price of just over $50,000, has a range of 330 miles. So you can get into one cheaper, better range, but obviously not going to be as luxurious as this inside. You could look at the Audi Q4 e-tron, which I haven't driven. That has a base price also of just over $50,000, a range of 265 miles. Again, more than this and a bit cheaper. Again, I haven't driven it. I imagine it's just as nice interior-wise as this, but I haven't been in one. So what I have driven is the BMW iX. I do have a review out on that as well. To me, it's a bit bigger than this for sure. Its base price is just over $87,000. It gets 324 miles, so more miles, more range than this thing. And it is a really beastly vehicle compared to this, but much more controversial on its styling. Another vehicle I have driven and reviewed is the EQB from Mercedes. That has a base price of almost $60,000 with 243-mile range. Definitely go check out that video if you're interested in the Mercedes. I think the interior on that, the luxury quality was a bit lackluster. It is a cheaper Mercedes. You're not getting all the bells and whistles that you get in the like EQS or the EQE, but it does have a longer range and it does have that Mercedes logo on it. Another one that I've driven but haven't reviewed is the Volvo XC40 Recharge. Has a base price just around $54,000 with 223-mile range, so closer to this in range. Has a decent look, decent style, decent quality of interior, but I would definitely prefer this over that. But with that, let's go ahead and jump out. I'll give you some of my final thoughts on this and we'll wrap it up there. All right, so overall, I think the GV70 delivers on all fronts: styling, performance, and luxury. The GV70 doesn't just look the part, but drives like a true Genesis with its performance and comfort. Sure, it doesn't have the best range out there in the market. It's decent enough for day-to-day driving if you can charge it every day at home or at your work. But if you're looking for an EV crossover that really stands out and has a lot of value for the money you're going to put into it, it's hard to beat this Genesis. Definitely something I would recommend. It gets a thumbs up from me. I hope you give a thumbs up to this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We do a different review every week. You should also go check out TXGARAGE.com, where we've got a lot of written reviews as well as event news coverage over there from a lot of great authors, not just myself. Really worth checking out TXGARAGE.com. That's all I got for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.